Hey.
We're gonna double live.
There you go.
Double live.
There you go. We're gonna squeeze it up. There we go.
There we go. Oh, well, I ain't never been live.
Right.
On 2 platforms. Hi, everyone.
At See Happily is here. We're double streaming on 2 platforms. All right.
Born and raised from Chicago. Born and raised, literally. I'm from raised in the projects of Chicago. Lived all in throughout the west side of Chicago, where RKelly music, of course, Robert's music, of course, was played while cleaning, while sleeping, while playing, while walking down the street. That was a part of life. RKelly was life. RKelly was music. I was raised during the time where rap was Tupac, and excuse us because the kids will be all around us, y'all. Happy July 4th. This is July 4th. So, with that being said, R&B music was all that was played on the radios for me. Personal relationships about RKelly, I came up, I'm an 88 baby. I didn't know about really the whole Aaliyah thing. I heard about it, but I wasn't mature enough to know enough details about personal relationships to even have an opinion. So to grow up and then to find out as an adult all the things that the media kind of portrayed was a split in our family where some of my family was ride or die. I do not believe what they're saying about Kels. Now, we call them Kels too. If you a stepper, it's a little personal. RKelly was a little personal. For me, he taught me 12 play. That was my shout out. 12 play is where I've learned that, when I actually started having good sex, I want to be doing the 12 things RKelly was saying. And that's important because, look at him, the official. There he is. Just like that. So with that being said, why that matter is because when I heard about the videos being released and everything, all I thought was 12 play. RKelly is a man that have the ability to play games. I'm being very honest. That's the side I came from. Some of the people said no. The women knew who RKelly was and they knew what they were signing up for. Now, because I looked at his music as something that really was spirit more than just lyrics. Spirits, the way he breathed. RKelly breathed in a sexual way, okay? The way I feel about it. RKelly paints a picture of presence. And so what that meant to me, if I was a young girl, because you got to remember, I came up with his music when I didn't know what sex was, when I didn't know what love was. I didn't know what anything was. So to hear him do these things, I knew that at the time I'm like, a girl like me could have got. Is what I said. Like a girl like me could literally get gat in my body and get gat in regards to sex. Now, I'm glad they playing because we don't want kids to hear. I'm a realist. I get to talk about things. So that was what I thought about. Younger girls. Then I thought about if I was a younger girl and I had the opportunity to be in the presence of a star and I was underage, would I lie and say I was older than what I was? The answer is yes. RKelly is worth lying to.
So let me ask you this. And Geronda Pace, for the one that said that she was 18, the one that snuck into the courthouse with a fake ID and all that. In Chicago, is that a crime to swindle an official of the court?
Okay, I feel like it's not a crime, but due diligence. RKelly he's a man, point blank period. And due diligence is important. You have people you can pay, you have investigators, and I've dealt people of wealth. And the number one thing they say, if you're going to be in my circle, you got to be willing to get your background read. Right. So I just feel like at some point you have to be responsible for not doing your due diligence because women are lined up. So if the girl sat there and lied and she had false identification. Now, in that case, Now, if that can be proven, I don't fault him. I don't fault him. Don't nobody got the time to be sitting here trying to reinvestigate an investigation about who you are. Like, don't nobody got time for that. So I do feel like that's a play of manipulation that women then had. And in all of these examples, I am a person that can be honest and say that some people can think that they are going to get over, and they don't know when they got to live with the consequences of their actions. They don't know how to deal with the guilt of my plan didn't work.
Right.
My plan didn't work. But I do feel like besides that, RKelly is serving time for things that he did, but then also things that was accepted that women couldn't live with later on in their life.
So, question. You said things that he did, all right? So as me and you had a conversation earlier, and I told you 90% of that is bullshit.
That's
I
what
told
you
you.
said. 90%.
I said 90% of it's bullshit.
Literally, is what you said.
So
then, before he jump into that, what 90%?
Stop.
And you're talking about 90% of all the seasons on Netflix?
All the lies, deception, and everything concerning him. Now, have he lied to some females? Of course.
Like men, right. People do.
Everybody lie.
Women, men.
You know what I mean? Women lie to men, men lie to women. Okay. But what I see is, and I'm just going to be honest.
Okay.
What I see is the government want their 10 million.
Definitely.
And by hook or by crook, they're going to take the 10 million because they don't want Robert to have his masters. More importantly, if he get his masters, which is now appraised for $45 billion, he will be the strongest, I don't want to say African American, he will be the strongest melanin person in music. And right now, and you have the gatekeepers and the puppets. Quincy Jones, a gatekeeper and a puppet. Clive Davis, a puppet and a gatekeeper. For they're training John Legend and to be a puppet, allegedly. They're training John Legend to be a puppet and a gatekeeper. RKelly surpasses all that. And at the end of the day, what is R&B music without Robert?
He is R&B music. With that being said, that is also why I do believe that the relationships he had with these women, of having different homes, possibly different women, and then women not wanting to leave and then playing these little games. That's why I think he dealt with all the drama that now is being misconstrued to get paid. Like, all of it is for the government to get paid off of. But then people bring up the fact of, well, what about Aaliyah? What about the young ladies? Like, because you remember somebody said that they was forced to have sex with an underage girl and they didn't know about it.
That was Lisa Van Allen lying.
Okay, so you feel like she was lying. It made me question, do women, if you're in a relationship with him, do you really care about the age of other women that's in the room?
I never looked at it like that. That makes sense.
Yeah, because you really don't care. So that's when I say stuff can be misconstrued. Right. It's a certain lifestyle that he gave to women, and acts probably happen. But people in their mind, when you're in love, when you're living your life, when you're getting everything you want, you don't think, what's the legalities of this lifestyle I have? What's the legalities? No one thinks that. So even with the parents that say, oh, I didn't know where my child was, or whatever, because kids run away all the time. Girls run off with guys all the time and say they don't want to come home. So now he's paying the cost of the girls that did not want to go home. So I feel like there's truth in it, but at the time, it was not a problem. At the time, it wasn't a problem.
So let me ask you this. You're a wonderful mother.
Yes.
A wonderful mother, right?
I really try to be.
Let's go here.
Okay.
Let's just role play real quick, okay?
Okay. Role play.
You have a daughter, right? She commits, she tried to commit suicide. And you found her in a pool with pills and face up, right?
Okay.
What would be your next mode of action? But I'm going to give you multiple choice.
Okay.
A, would you take her to the hospital to be committed for counseling? Would you take her to an RKelly concert? Mind you, she's 17 and a half.
Okay.
Would you take her to an RKelly concert and put her on stage for RKelly to see her? or to possibly bring her like or to get her attention, or would you emancipate, meaning would you sign a letter for an associate of R. Kelly for your daughter to travel and go on tour and go away from home, but you never met this person.
So the person you're signing the rights for, she's going with, I never met the person.
And you never met him.
Ooh, child. Okay.
What is your mode of operation?
So the number one thing, if it was my parent or my daughter, I would
Thank you, Sunshine.
I would want to know, why did she, number one, first, before any dreams or any of your future, why do you not want to live right now? So I would have to accept, like, right now, something is going on with my daughter that made her want to end her life. Any other option wouldn't even, like, why would I want to take her to seek help when I don't even understand that my daughter wanted to die? Because that's the number one problem, is that a parent didn't even know. Why would you let a professional find out why they wanted to kill themselves before you as a mom even want to know? And so then if it is because of where they are in their life, at 17, you probably ain't even graduated. But if it's because you don't know who you want to be, or you ain't reached your goals, or you work so hard and none of it is planning out, signing my daughter over to somebody I ain't met is a no. Because guess what? You just try to take your life, and I don't understand why. Why would I put you in the hands of somebody I don't know that didn't want to understand why you wanted to take your life also? So the number one thing is they stay at home with me. If my child try to commit suicide, forget 3 days in mental health. You need 3 months with me, you know? Your life ends at that moment. Okay?
So questions. So
oh, I'm sorry. She told me. Okay, y'all. I get passionate. I know. We should have took this interview. Somewhere.
No, right here.
Okay.
So question. So I guess taking her to an R. Kelly concert is out the window.
Definitely out the window.
Now,
because mind
you, she's 17 and a half now, right?
She don't even know about the things that R. Kelly. Shouldn't even. Her mind. So this is the thing with the baby girls. Your mind should not even be on R. Kelly level to me at 17. To be honest, the only thing I was doing at 17 was practicing the lyrics of how can I move my tongue to sound like R. Kelly. Why should I be infatuated? Girls at 17 should be going to other women or young lady to meet concerts. I would not even take my daughter to a R. Kelly concert at 17. That's just me. And that's 18, you quote unquote grown. But I know 18 is not grown enough. You only still dealing with young boys. You don't know nothing about a man and what he's thinking about from a man perspective.
So here's what gets me, because one of the parents is the father of a young lady who's now in one of the indictments in New York against R. Kelly, right?
Okay.
Now, and the thing is that that's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
But it's like she's a victim. I'm not understanding how she a victim when you set your daughter up to be seen by Robert.
So they went to the concert, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he took her to the R. Kelly concert. Okay. Mind you, this Funk Fest. Friday night, Trey Songz headline.
Okay.
I would take my daughter to go see Trey Songz.
Yeah.
Saturday night, Chris Brown headline. I would take my daughter to go see Chris Brown. But then Sunday, you get R. Kelly.
Exactly.
And out of all people, you would take your daughter to see R. Kelly and not Trey Songz and Chris Brown. And I mean, and that's their age bracket.
Exactly.
So now I'm starting to wonder, like, okay, he said that he wanted his daughter and to get a record deal. Okay, cool. So you want your daughter to get a record deal, but then when she got with Robert, she fell for Robert. But that was when she turned 18. And then it's like they trying to spin it like, oh no, she was 17. Okay, and this is what I try to tell him. In Florida, 17 is not legal. 18 is. But in Chicago, 16 is legal. And at that moment, when she left Florida, she left jurisdiction of Florida and became jurisdiction of Chicago.
I understand.
So even if he dealt with her at 17 and a half, it's still legal.
It's legal. But when you ask me, what did I feel about the R. Kelly? I said that R. Kelly liked young-minded girls. I did not talk about age. Young-minded girls. That's the problem that I have with just dropping all charges. It's holding him accountable for young-minded girls, which even if he met her at 17, she was not clearly like an adult. And to me, this is me. And I know people who believe in polygamy. I've been in polygamy scenarios where now I understand lead wives, I understand roles, I understand everything. To have that amount of power and then to bring young girls with dreams into these homes or these situations, the goal initially when you meet a man that's polygamous, more than one lover, the goal is for them to spend as much time with you as possible when they first meet you. Because they want you to feel like what it's like to be with just him before they introduce you to any of the other women. For a young girl, that is the easiest way to manipulate them. They get all your time, all your attention. You get to talk about dreams. And to me, that's the play on a young girl's mind that for the father, I get it. The father, they probably have a broken home. People that play victim normally are broken within themselves. That father is broken. Now, my question to you.
But why use R. Kelly as a scapegoat?
Exactly. Now, that's not fair. You're right. It is not fair that the age, all of this is the confusion with the age. The question then becomes, if she was 19, would you did the same thing with your daughter? Yes. If she was 20, yes. If she was whatever, yes, he would have. So in those cases, I just feel like a jury should have to decide, really, was age really the factor? And in this case, to me, age wouldn't have been.
I don't think age was a factor. I think the dad seen dollar signs. Like, okay, Robert, first of all, me as a father.
Don't you think every woman saw dollar signs? Is it possible to not see dollar signs with a man like R. Kelly?
And especially if he can't read and write.
Now, to a certain extent, reading and writing, I don't even think that matters. To me, that is something that just draws more people in to downplay the upbringing that R. Kelly had or to downplay Chicago. I don't even think it matters if he read or write. Because when you meet a man, I know you right now, I don't know if you can read or write.
Right.
I can spend a whole week with you and never know if you can read or write.
Right.
That doesn't matter. To me, the only thing that you play on is the fact that R. Kelly has so much more going on in his life. And if you bring anybody to him, it's only so much he gonna care to pay attention to.
Right.
And people used him probably for that.
So one of the charges is Mann Act.
Mann Act.
Yeah, one of the old slavery charges.
Okay.
Of transporting girls or younger women across state line, and then another charge I don't understand is forced labor.
Forced labor.
In Chicago, and you might not even make it back to Chicago to about 3 years from now.
Okay.
And because you're doing albums and you got a double cities and you got shows.
That's real.
All right. So the question is this: forced labor. One of the females was saying, "Oh no, he forced me to come see him." How can somebody force you to come see you?
Okay, I know what that means. That means that because in regular relationships, if you're somewhere and a guy want to see you and got the capability of seeing you, they would show interest in coming see you. What a person really to me is saying is, you forced me to come to your environment, whether it was your hotel, your house, or whatever, wherever you was, your tour bus, your whatever. You put me in an environment that I didn't ask to come to.
How?
Because that's what people do that is got busy lives. They want
it's a
you
free
to
will
come.
offering though.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, if you really want to see me, you need to show up.
But that's just like me and you dating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you, oh, if you really want to holler at me, come to my house. I ain't coming to your house, but you come to my house.
And that go on all the time. But this is the difference when you're on tour and you going across state lines. Yeah, I would say that too. Now, okay, if you was, let's just say you was in, let's pick somewhere, Miami.
Okay.
And I did not want to go to Miami. But because of your fame and everything, that's to me where the laws, I can see why that exists, because I have to come to you because of your status, and then you can manipulate me Because I started off making the first sacrifice, but I don't know their situation, if something happened before he asked her to come, or was this the first time. But to me,
it wasn't a problem as long as you was in a relationship with Robert.
Okay.
But once the relationship over and you get no more perks, you get nothing else out of
real.
it. Now all of a sudden you're a victim.
That's real. I feel like RKelly should have known that anytime anything goes south, a person is going to play victim. Because if come on, man, you taking people that don't got nothing, ain't worth nothing. Of course they're going to be a victim. Hi. Of course they're going to play victim, because it's like, I became somebody with you and it did not work out. So I got to go back to being nobody.
So why should Robert pay for you being a nobody?
Because he has everything in their minds. You have everything. I should leave with something, whether it's a career, whether it's temporary fame, whether it's something. And some women, I think, maybe, they walked away with nothing. And
a lot of
society is sad. I'm not saying it's right, but society make it where, and I'm just being honest, and this is based on divorce too. If you marry a man who got wealth, he's supposed to continue to give you that lifestyle. If you date a man, that's the way society does that to make money. Hold on, baby. Society does that to make money from the divorce. Stop. Sit down. So if the case is your truck, if society or the government does it to make money off of marriages, won't you think that they'll try to do it off of relationships too? Certain things come with people with wealth.
So is this where we fight against that? Us as people of color, we should be able to fight these bootleg asset laws.
No.
You know what I
I
mean?
agree. What he said, listen, we should. Because for us, people of this, we pay a price when we cross the lines of middle class, upper class, wealth.
Right.
And then when you social influence, he's now dealing with social influence. And then he don't influence just the older generation. He now can influence young girls. So there's a price. Everybody, grandmothers, every age,
from great grandmothers down to of age women.
And so the government is going to find a way to make money off of people like that. If you cross that line, these laws that you're talking about is to get some of that money. Bottom line, states need money.
So I have a question.
States need money, people.
So I got a question.
Okay.
I never role play.
Okay.
You're a victim, right?
Okay, I'm a victim.
Allegedly.
Okay.
You supposed to have been locked in a room where you had to knock on the door to use the bathroom and all that, right?
True.
But your next mode of action is no police report, no rape kit, no mental health, nothing. Mm-hmm. But you want to go get red bottoms and Don McLaren purses.
Facts.
How are you a victim?
Okay, this is why. Again, lifestyle. If I'm in a room locked up, and I'm about to be very honest,
which I never seen any time that I was around him.
He said all 90% of what is claimed while he was a drummer for RKelly, he never witnessed any of this. Okay, if I'm in a room locked up, I'm waiting my turn for RKelly, or I'm waiting until he feels like he's pleased with me, or whatever the case may be. Whatever in my mind I think I'm waiting for, that's that. After I once upon a time free and my waiting is over, I had him, I went through not having him, I still got to live within my heart that I've been with RKelly. So, I'm just being honest. In my heart, I've now upgraded myself. So I'm going to go buy red bottoms. I'm going to go do things that make me still feel like I'm a woman of RKelly's. I'm just being honest. I'm not going to say, oh, I need mental health. I'm not going to say that, because I feel like to be with him, it was a certain lifestyle that I had to have. I followed. I did what he said do. I signed you up for the life that you said. Afterwards, people don't think that's mental health. So that's to answer your question.
So red bottoms and purses, Red
Oh,
bottoms.
I got, and then I can say this. When I was with RKelly, I didn't get mental health. What I probably got, red bottoms and purses. They probably continued the life they already had.
But you cannot.
Until the money run out, and then that's when you file a lawsuit. That's the game to me that you play.
But see, that's not a game. That's somebody's life.
But that's being a victim. A victim is hurt. Like a victim.
So do you think Robert is the real victim?
Okay. I feel like in some cases he is. But I feel like Robert had to be held accountable for some of the things. Maybe if, like you said, it's 10% that's real. That was the 10% they were supposed to hold him accountable for when it happened. But all of this that's coming later on down the line, the victimization that you
But
lived
it wasn't
with,
nothing that they talking about though. 10%, okay, arguing, lying to females.
Well, the 10% is just the underage. Anything that's underage.
But
anything
look, it was
else
nobody underage. It wasn't nobody there underage.
Okay, so the Aaliyah wasn't underage, even though that's not what he's serving time for.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say this.
Well, okay, when
wait,
you
wait.
Okay, now
wait.
Okay.
When Aaliyah said no,
right.
okay. When her mom said no, when Robert said no, and when Demetrius Smith came forward and said Robert ain't had nothing to do with that, I did that request of Barry Hankerson. Why is Robert being held accountable for that?
Okay.
And on top of that, it never happened.
Okay.
It was no signatures. It was no real marriage certificate. No nothing.
Okay. Even though there's no proof, if you listen to songs and if you really look at a 14-year-old, come on, man. Love is going to exist. Love between two people that spend time and everything is going to exist.
So can I say this?
But that's just me. I can't prove.
Can I say this,
that.
Essie?
Okay.
If I'm dyslexic,
okay,
to the ultimate power,
okay,
right?
Victimization.
And I'm producing your album, right?
Correct.
But you're teaching me how to read and write. I can love you as a friend and don't want you sexually.
That's good. Okay, that is really, really good. I understand that. But at some point, this is being very honest. At some point, you are going to be little sister. At some point in the media, it should have been, I found my prodigy. Or this is my baby
matter of fact, he
sister.
said that.
Okay, now I was a little baby, so I don't remember.
Yeah, but he said that in the media, and Barry Hankerson came back
but
and
if
said,
it's your little sister and your prodigy and your whatever, why would you then go on to... Didn't he try to marry her at 17 or something? Didn't that...
No, that was a Demetrius Smith thing. That was a request of Barry Hankerson, and because it was supposed to have been a publicity stunt for the record label.
Yeah, and I was about to ask that.
Yeah.
Would that, because that would seem like something like me. If I've been riding with somebody in my career for 3 years, and I see this person's about to blow up, I'm going to actually do this to help your career, and I love you. I love your future. So I do understand how that can be misconstrued. Yeah. I really do. I just always wonder, because little girls or girls do have, I think back to when I was 14 and I was still, doing what I wasn't supposed to be doing in the bedroom. I still think that it's a possibility when you in the presence. Yes. It was still possible that even if you was prodigy or little sister, that it still may have happened. And to me, he should have had some proof along the way of mental health, of going, I'm being honest. After so many girls probably lied and said they was older than what they were, or so many young girls, I just feel like it should have been some proof of mental health on his side.
But I'm going to say this.
And I don't know if that's the case or not.
But I'm going to say this. Robert did go see folks about it because it was at a point where Robert wanted a break.
Okay.
Robert wanted to give it all away. Robert was like, you know what, I'm done. And it was a lot of people that called him and was like, yo, you stupid. No. The music gods gave you a gift. Use your gift.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
And that's where the gospel album came in at. And then a lot of people don't know. He like doing gospel more than he do R&B.
Okay.
And it's like, he do gospel hits. All right. For every one R&B hit, he got 13 gospel hits. And it's to the point where he's giving them to people. For like Marvin Sapp joint, he gave it to him.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff we don't know. We don't know,
Right.
things.
Ricky Dillard's new album, he got 3 joints on that joint. It's bananas. So it's like, at the end of the day,
he was dealing with his heart and his soul and his relationship with his believer of whichever one it was. Okay, that makes sense.
And the thing is, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think, well, I'm 99.9% for sure that if Robert was to say, "I don't want my masters now," all this would disappear. But and
what you mean, his masters?
Masters is his music catalog.
Okay. And what is a music catalog?
A music catalog is every song that he has done.
Okay.
And he don't have no rights or nothing over it right now.
Exactly. Okay.
And right now, his whole music catalog as a whole is worth $45 billion.
Okay, so that's what you were saying. Okay.
Right. And my thing is...
And that's like royalties. That's like
everything.
Your life. Yeah, that's everything that you ever... Okay.
And so the thing is that... And the minute he wanted to fight back to get his stuff... Okay. Now here come this big old conspiracy.
Let me make sure this water. Who got
No, it's not water. It's juice.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just making sure there wasn't nothing in that cup besides that. Okay.
She told me to eat that.
Okay, he can have some juice.
And then all of a sudden, here come this big old conspiracy. At the end of the conspiracy, though, here's what nobody is saying. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay. And the thing is about the conspiracy thing, it's like, and you have all that going on. Just get a man what he owes. But if they do that, he will be the musical god. And you have these evil people who don't want to look at no person of color as somebody, because see, if you look at these charges, it's 2008 all over again. But they just souped it up. I'm going to put it like this. It's the same gumbo that's been in the freezer. It just was put in the oven and warmed over.
That's real.
At the end of the day, if he beat it then, he can beat it now. And here's what I'm starting to realize. When I start seeing, because this case is a real high profile case, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So if you are a prosecuting attorney, you ain't leaving that case, are you?
Exactly not.
You have, and I'm about to go on record and say this, you have one prime leading prosecutor that just withdrew. Because now she's looking at it like, I can't win this. She came to court talking about, oh, we seized this and we seized that. But everything that's on the devices is him on tour. Is him doing music. So, RKelly is what? Black Lives Matter is for what? And because if Black Lives Matter really cared about females, why they ain't going out here talking about that little girl that got killed in Chicago at McDonald's over a PPP loan? Why they ain't talking about the other stuff?
Because they can't get paid. First off, well, this off topic, I just throw in there. Any crimes against women do not move America, sadly to say. The reason George Floyd took over America, he was a black man. If it was a black woman, the world wouldn't have moved the way it do. I'm telling you, politics, nothing sells to the black woman.
But I'm going to say this. But I'm going to keep it a buck. Okay, I'm going to raise the ante. I think the reason why Black Lives Matter took off on a George Floyd situation is because George Soros was funding both sides.
That's a fact. But also the reason why it was moved emotionally was because he called out to his mama. So when you put a black man in a vulnerable state that calls out to his mama, that's the most vulnerable place that a black man could ever be in. That will move any race, anybody, any place in this world. That is the reason why. If he would have called out to his daughter, then now we're talking about parents. That would have been effective. But when you call it your mama, it's a different story.
So let me ask you this. RKelly going on trial.
Yeah.
Right? Going on trial. What happens when nothing sticks? Then what?
then people gonna say that's the price you pay when you're a wealthy man, or when you're RKelly, the RKelly. That's when you put "the" in front of it.
But that's not fair because
it's not fair.
He's human.
That everything about the relationships with each one of these women shows that he's human. I feel like every little detail that these women spoke up shows that he's human. It shows the diversity of the type of women he had, how each one of them got different things from him. None of them talked about the highest moments. They all used it from a victim standpoint. And so with that being said, to me, it's just he paying the price of so many different scenarios. But if you look at me, I'm 32 and I got proof of what? Probably 10. No, I probably got proof of 20 relationships with everybody that's on my live. Probably know me for being with probably 20 different men over my lifetime. You look at a person like RKelly, that may seem like a lot, but I'm talking about just high school, whatever. But you look at somebody like RKelly, he got proof of probably being with over what his lifetime, probably 200, 400, 600. So of course, the price you pay when some of them want to come forward, it's just, and it's a sad case, but this is America and it's run off of money.
Then the crazy thing is this right here. I also believe that they're trying to liquidate him, and so that way he's nothing. And then from that point, once he's liquidated, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do with him.
I just feel like all of this is facts, but at some point, from a spiritual standpoint, which RKelly was already on the journey, he got to understand that, yes, there was times where I was involved with women. Just like my passion is criminal justice. A lot of men go to jail because of relationships with women. They commit crimes. They break probation. They do a lot of things for women. It's a price you pay when you're with several women over your lifestyle. And if you met a man that's been in love, they've been hurt, or come close to having some legal problems. This is the legal problem he paid. And then the younger women, dealing with younger women that don't even develop to become a woman, you're going to have victims.
So I'm going to say this, and this is going to be one of my topics this week. We all see how the Bill Cosby case separated hip-hop.
Okay.
Because now you have people who were friends are now enemies. Like Fat Joe, I will never respect Fat Joe. After he said what he said. My question is this. Once RKelly is vindicated, do you think this will divide the culture?
Ooh, this is a good question.
Because see, Bill Cosby and divided hip-hop. Okay. Harvey Weinstein and divided Hollywood. Jeff Epstein and divided trafficking. RKelly is going to divide the culture. Because now you're going to have people who are ride or die RKelly fans saying, yes, he's innocent. But then you're going to have the Bitter Baby Foundation that's going to say, we believe he's guilty. How is he guilty when he's been found innocent not once, but this time it's going to be twice?
Okay, and I'm going to conclude on this note. If RKelly is found guilty, I feel like there will forever be people that is going to love him for the music he had. He made songs about his life that may have included some of these women. He made songs about love. You cannot divide love and love making. It's something that we're always going to be doing forever. He served his purpose in life, and I don't think, even me, I dislike anything that deals with sexual abuse. I still forever understand that he had a gift, and some women signed up for the gift or the spirit that's within him. And even if there is some flaw of spirit that's within him, the gift will always outshine the division because he served his purpose.
Last question, and before it get loud in here, and we got to get ready to go. Last question. If RKelly come home right now, are you going to a concert?
Heck yeah.
Front row seat?
He's an entertainer. He's going to move my soul. He's going to do everything. He has full access to have his way with me. Okay, let me tell y'all, not in the bedroom, because I'll try to take him places. Okay, y'all, that's who I be talking to. But anyways, RKelly would have to sign. He would have to sign a waiver for me. Okay, that give me the chance to get your heart. But no, I want one forever though. I ain't that crazy. But look, seriously, he is a move. Like, he is on some universal gifted stuff. And when I went to his first mini concerts, I'm from Chicago, mini concerts. The moment when he threw them underwear out, I hope that I could find a man that had that type of effect for me when I was way up in the top of the doggone bleachers. Baby, the throne, I didn't care how close it was to me. But no, y'all, that's the honest to God truth. He does what he's supposed to do. And if right now he's paying for that gift. And all the people who are jealous and play victims, all the women that, you know how many women being victimized in this world that now look at him and say, like, but anyways, I ain't gonna even get into that. But I feel like a lot of victims is also why he's behind bars. People are living off of stuff that's not true, but they're feeling emotions. That's why Netflix is making money off of that.
And I think people is being put up to say they've been victimized. But I think people are saying, oh no, I'm a victim. I did this. Because I still have a question. If Robert Kelly was about messing with little girls, right?
Right.
Why, when they did Surviving R. Kelly, but they needed the youngest looking one, which was Azriel, and to make it unbelievable, but you have the voice of Surviving R. Kelly, which is a 45-year-old woman.
Exactly.
Make that make sense.
Exactly.
And
it's
then
all sales.
And then you can see the symmetrics of it. But they looking at the camera, but they looking at cute cards.
Oh yeah.
But they making themselves cry.
And then the bodies, the women that had the breast and the things done, you're going to give more time to those women to try to highlight the victimizations of you took a little girl and you changed her body versus giving more time to, you know, the older woman. All of that is just media.
So tell them where they can find you at.
Okay, I am SC Happily on what am I on? YouTube. Oh, SC Happily and Family, because I do my gardening. But I'm starting a new YouTube, so be on the lookout, called The Life of a Crack Baby. So growing up in Chicago, just tune in. Within the week, it'll be up, because right now we're doing interviews. The Life of a Crack Baby, and talking about growing up with parents who were raised in Chicago and how that lifestyle or the manipulation or the illness never leaves those adults. And the children like me, I am the one that's paying. And then the next generation, which I got a son, is the one that's paying for the after effects of being a crack baby.
I would like to get on that show.
Yep. The SC Happily. See ya.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all know